Hi there, okay, message today. Let's see what your person is telling other people about your relationship or how they're feeling or what they're doing as opposed to what's really going on. So I'm just going to have one card first, okay, then we'll go into it deeper. Right, okay, they are telling people that they are settled, that they are happy, that everything's working out, all right, very simple, very clear. All right, let's just have one and see what's really going on. Their energy's come out. They've come out the King of Cups. That's it's a king, it's their energy, so it's very clear. But it's in reverse, okay? It's in reverse, so they're not happy. They're not happy, they're scheming. Their emotions are all over the place, okay? I think they're in a bit of a fantasy world right now. I think they're in a bit of a fantasy world, especially if they went into another connection that you know about. All right? The person they're with is sitting pretty, I'm hearing, thinking everything's working out. But your ex is not happy with the King of Cups in reverse. Their emotions are just, flittering around everywhere. And they're going to start doing something. I'm hearing doing something, making a move, or just looking out for themselves. So I'm going to go into that a little bit deeper. Let's see, let's get the tea on what's going on. Just while I shuffle these out, I hope you're well and I send you love, and thank you so much for watching, for your comments, your likes, all of that. It's really kind of you, all the support. If you're new here and you want to see more content, please hit the notification bell, that just helps the channel. And if you'd like a reading, just click on the title of this video even, and the links are in the description box, okay, to the website, and everything's on the website. And check out the free relationship report as well. Okie dokie. We have got an interesting energy today. So this other person sitting pretty, almost showing off about their relationship with your ex, I'm hearing. Like really sort of promoting it, and I'm just hearing the words, okay, so don't make this fit, you'll know if this is you. They're just kind of lauding it around, okay? They're lauding it around. But your ex, like I said, is not happy. What they told you was, don't wait for me, okay, that we're never going to get back together. But they miss you. Oh dear. Dear, 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 dear. So they miss you, okay, it hurts so much, but don't wait for me. This is a classic. This is a classic. Very simple. Someone's gone, met someone else. This other person thinks they've hit the jackpot, okay, and they think they've got your person, whereas your person is not emotionally particularly stable at the moment, and they're not happy, okay? They're not happy. Let's just have one more out of this deck, please, Spirit. Okay, they told you that they had to let you go to find myself, the typical, it's not you, it's me, or maybe you've been together for a while and they said, I want to do this, I want to do that, but then all of a sudden this third party popped up. All right, well, I think they found themselves. I can hear a song, but I really won't know the tune. I really won't know the title. Oh, it's Beautiful South. It's a Beautiful South song that talks about, he's singing, I need to go and, find myself and blah, blah, blah. And then in the end, she says, well, it's too late. All right, so your ex went off to find themselves. That's what they told you. Don't wait for you. But they miss you. They can't come to you now. No, but they're in the process with this card, of scheming something. They're going to look out for themselves. So whoever this female energy is, that is kind of, I guess, thinking that her life's sorted out, there's going to be a bit of an upset there. The passion I feel for you is overwhelming. I don't know how to handle this. Oh gosh, right, okay, let's just have a look at the environment. I'm going to clarify your ex's energy. I'm going to clarify that, King. What's going on with them, please? Okay. Yeah, they're looking at coming back into you. Oh my gosh. They miss you, okay? The person they're with, they don't want to be with, okay? The person they're with who's sitting comfortable. And I did get that energy of lauding it, okay? That they are... You know, sometimes in life there are people who like to take something off other people, all right? But they don't do it because they genuinely want that thing or that person. They do it because they're just spiteful. They're just spiteful, you know. We can all be compassionate and, you know, try and see the best in people. But sometimes, you know, we only dance on this planet for a short time in this particular incarnation. And you just really, your energy is your currency. But anyway, so yeah, the person they're kind of hooked up with is sort of very selfish, okay, you know, and they don't want to be with them anymore. They'd rather be with you. Why can't they come to you now? Okay, they can't come to you now because there's too much fear, there's too much anxiety. The situation they're in is very unknown. Now, it's the moon, so the moon and their energy, King of Cups reversed, is just totally illusion, fantasy. I felt they were in some sort of fantasy bubble. So they've got a lot of illusions and they've got anxiety and they're very vague. Their energy is very wishy-washy, all right? It's very, very wishy-washy. What's going on with the third party, please? Right, the third party, there's a total imbalance in that relationship, okay? There's also possibly an issue of somebody, one person doing more work, whatever that means, whether it's on an emotional level, a financial level, etc., etc. So there's an imbalance in the relationship, okay? One person feels taken for granted. I feel it's your ex that's feeling taken for granted. I feel it's them that feels that they feel that they've been made a fool out of, okay? They feel that they're being made a fool out of, that they're having to keep somebody else now, and the other person, the third party, has completely changed. So when they met this third party, they were projecting one image, but now they're kind of in a totally different energy. They've showed their true colours, okay? They've showed their true colours. So that really is what's going on. There's a lot of selfishness within the connection that they're in. So what's going to happen with it? What's going to happen with it? It's going to go tits up, basically, excuse my French. There's going to be a lot of animosity, all right? They're going to turn on each other, you know, when two people turn on each other and they start blaming each other and it gets malicious and things are said and things are done, okay? But either your ex or this other person have got a complete lack of self-awareness and somebody's learning a karmic lesson here, okay? Somebody's learning a karmic lesson. So I feel it'll carry on for a while. I feel it will carry on for a while until one of them destroys that connection, okay? But I'm hearing that you've got more coming in for you. I want to look at your energy. But yeah, they're just totally lying. You know, that they feel a lot of passion for you. They regret letting you go. They really do. They really, really do. Yeah, I feel that you need to... Your energy and you're doing a really good job, is you've kind of come through the emotional stuff with this relationship, and you're seeing it more on a logical level now. Okay, you've got this person blocked. You've turned your back on it because it's just it's just a mess. Yeah, you have. You've turned your back because they promised to provide for you in some shape or form. They promised you a stable one-to-one loving relationship, and they've let you down. Okay, they've let you down. They do have a bit of a greedy side, your ex, to them with regard to finances, and sometimes their head can be turned by, when somebody is materialistic, and if somebody else has got something that they covet, they want it. Okay, and they can be quite jealous and quite about people who've maybe they perceive to have more than them. So I do see you having this person blocked. All right, you've got them blocked. What should you do, please? What should you do? Work on yourself. Be selfish. Okay, just keep doing what you're doing. I'm hearing if you're thinking about dating again, do it, because it will be successful. Even if it's not long term, you will meet someone who will really be very supportive of you and take you to a different level. That's a very strange message, I know, but somebody you'll meet who will make you feel, you should feel good about yourself anyway, okay, because you are perfect. But we don't always do that, do we? And when we've been through a breakup, we've got that voice that goes on and on and on about it's our fault and we didn't do this and we didn't do that. So I know people say, and I say, self-concept, but it's not always easy. It's not. But you're going to meet somebody who's going to give you a bit of a leg up in the way that I don't see it being long term. Okay? It could be somebody that you meet online. I feel it's like an online digital social media thing. You might not even physically meet this person, but they're going to come into your life, and your higher self will is calling this in to make you think, you know what, yeah, I am okay. They're going to give you a confidence boost, all right? Take it. I'm hearing to tell you to take it. Anything else for you? Yeah. I think, with this card, it's the death card, but not death doesn't mean death. It just means you've done your grieving in a way, and it's taken a long time, but what I'm saying to you is a message, because I'm just channeling the one conscious energy, is that you're going to let it go. You're going to let this situation go, all right? Because we've all got our own journey. We all come here to experience what we experience, and your ex is, in this situation where they're not really admitting it to themselves. They're getting some karmic lessons, all right, because they're with somebody who is sitting pretty, and it's like roles are reversed here, okay? They're getting some karmic lessons, but they're not really addressing the root cause, and I feel you're being led. Rejection is, I know it's horrible, I really do understand that. I'm not just, saying it. Rejection is vile. But it does usually trigger you to really remember who you are and how wonderful you are and how kind you are. And I know it's hard, and it is, only, well, for me anyway, when I look back, I realised that it was actually a redirection, okay? But that doesn't negate what you've gone through or you're going through. But if you can just really hold on that you are perfect and you are whole and you are wonderful, okay? And really keep telling yourself that. You will start to feel better, but I feel you're being redirected down a different route, okay? And also, it can be protection as well. Protection. That you're not meant to, your higher self, there's all different versions of you already finished, isn't meant to go back into this, okay? Isn't meant to. You know, your person, your ex, you know, like I've said though, you can change this story, but I feel today very strongly, the energy I'm channeling today is that you are being redirected, okay? That you are being redirected. Let me just see what's coming for you in love. Besides that, there's someone who's going to build your confidence up. Right, you're going to meet somebody else eventually that you get into a long-term relationship with, calling in your soulmate, yeah. There's somebody else coming in for you who's going to change your world, all right? And you're going to be asked to give it a chance, okay? To give it a chance, because when you've been through stuff like this, and you say your ex is, you know, projecting all of this, and then you've been through that, you do really sit there and wonder, you know, am I ever going to be happy? You are, okay? But get very clear on what you want. That's the message I'm hearing. Get very clear on what you want in a relationship. It doesn't matter if you've never had it before and you don't think it'll come because of all of this that's happened. It's irrelevant. Trust me on this one. Please trust me. Write a list, get clear, and just imagine it, okay? And eventually it will materialise. It always does. It could be next week, it could be 6 months, okay? Once you've said it's done and you've imagined it, it is done. It is instant, okay? But the 3D energy is lower, and I won't bore you trying to explain it all, but that will come into your reality, all right? Let's just one more. Let's just see what's going to happen with this relationship with your ex. They're going to come back to you, 6 of Cups. Yeah, they're going to make an offer. They're going to come back in, all right? I think you're being redirected, but you are the creators, so you always get to decide. Even if they've, with 15 third parties, you change that story, you visualise what you want and go right to the end, new or past, it will come into your reality, okay? But they ain't happy. So I'll leave it with you. Take good care of yourselves and remember, you're the best. Okay, bye.